man. Hey, woo. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Drone Therapy. Season 6. And this is Drone Fantasy League, and I know that people are like, what the fuck is Drone Fantasy League? So basically what that is you have $2,600. Everybody has $2,600 to start out with. You already have a computer that will produce 4K footage, okay? And your wife has said, okay, honey, I want you to show me what you can do with the drone, whether it be on YouTube, whether it be whatever. But before we get into that, I'm going to go around the room. I will refresh everybody again here in a minute. I'm going to go around the room, let everybody say their howdies and what all they've been into this week. And first off, I will start from way across the way with Mr. Keithy.
Hi, guys. Welcome to the show. I haven't been up to a lot this week, just editing a lot. I'm putting together a vlog, but it's a bit more technical than I usually do. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I've been up to.
And next up, Brian.
Well, I'm back after my house getting electrocuted, so that's a good thing. We survived. Yeah, no, I didn't make any money out of the deal.
It only cost you how much?
It was $1,000, so that sucks.
Oh, ow. And next up, are you ready? Should I switch it? Okay. Chris Hope.
Evening, everybody. Y'all sit back and enjoy the ride. Think about what you can spend $2,600 on, because it'll be well worth it, I promise.
Well, because I'm sure we'll come up with some creative bullshit. Right, Ron?
That's right. That's right, Bill. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Welcome in, especially everybody out in the chat there. We're going to have a good show tonight. I've been producing a lot of Mavic 3 content this week, so check out the Ron Brown YouTube channel if you want to see the latest in the Mavic 3 drone. Okay, over to Bill.
Yes. Ron Brown, the Golden Age Peter McKinnon.
Golden boy.
With a fresh haircut tonight, too.
Yeah, me too.
Me thrve.
Oh, Steven come in. And next up, wait a minute. And Steven, tell us about your week so far.
Hi guys. I've just got arrived. How's my week been so far? Good. You know, things going as well as they should do over here. Still in Taiwan.
Yeah.
Flying lots of drones. Everything's going well. Doing good. I was out last night having a few beers and some food with my team, and I've still got 2 weeks to go.
Yeah, but you're out having food with your team and drinking beer.
Yes.
Unlike the last few times when it's been, God, I wish I could get out.
A little Scottish whiskey would be great.
I'm just drinking just a few beers.
Let me roll through here. Drone shots, Will's design photography, Capture Life Connection, Uncle Bill's Toys, drone shots, Matt Bagwell, Scott Nadeau, Leonard Oglesby, Steve and Drones, Jim's Droning, Flying Flynn Media, B-Max Aerial Visuals, Jim's Droning again, Chris Hope, Ron Brown, Recovery Drones, Dre, good to see you, Zach Key, howdy. Excuse me, I didn't mean to burp into the camera. Steve Carpenter, K-Spot, Herman, Phantom Flight 101, good to see you, sir. Old Farts, he says he's stuck in traffic. Please be safe and take your time, sir. Drone Anu, good to see you, sir. Drone Views, Dre, again, good to see you. Hey, what's up, AZ Drone Dude? Thomas Baker, good to see you. Tab Drone Flyer, glad to have you here. Tex Arcs Drone Dude. If I missed Lake Pilot, good to see you. Big Water UVA Solutions. Anybody I missed, Ron? Run my
Okay,
other
we got
brother.
him.
Cool.
Ron
Cool.
Brown.
All right.
Before they left last week, who called the winner of the Super Bowl, by the way?
Wasn't me. Was it?
Well,
me?
it was
Oh
50-50, wasn't it?
you called it for your hometown
Called it
Matthew
for-
Stafford.
Called it for Stafford.
And
Sure did.
what school did Matthew Stafford go to?
He went to Highland Park,
High school,
high school, Highland Park.
where he played at college ball at.
He played in, I believe he played in Georgia.
Okay, he went a little trader on you for college.
That's all right.
Oh. Well, it was a great game. But the thing about was I thought, what was that other boy's name again on the Bengals?
Joe
Burrow.
Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
Burrow. I thought he was going to cry. I really thought he was going. But I mean, they had it, man. They had it, and then it just got.
Yeah, Chris, hope I was up with all those flags coming out at the end. They'd see too many flags, and then when they want the Rams to win the game, the flags are flying like crazy.
Oh, now he's gonna say it was because of the referees, man.
The referees they missed the biggest face mask in all of
They
football.
did. The refs missed the biggest obvious call of the game, and then they're calling a bunch of ticky-tack holding calls down at the goal line. What's up with that officiating?
They thought his head went that way naturally. Now, come on, boys.
You know how them old zebras are.
Who was it that somebody said that the Rams were wearing jerseys with black and white stripes? And I was like, what the hell? I was like,
Well, they were playing in their hometown, their home stadium. So the old days they used to claim the refs always called for the home team.
Oh yeah, we're
Like in high school ball.
Oh, I don't think anybody would have done, because that's what's so funny. It was the first time they really, really advertised that if you did it, you were going to be in deep shit. But you know that there's somebody out there that had a drone and said, shit, $30,000? Oh, fuck that. I'll fly.
Yeah, Bill, can you imagine the poor guy was at 29.5 miles away?
That would
And
be,
he was flying a SEMA, right?
that would be Steve Carpenter.
Steve Carpenter, what?
He was 29.5 miles away.
Steve couldn't go up.
Anyway, okay.
But next year, Chris Elstead is so far you won't be able to fly the lake that morning.
Okay, I don't see him in the chat, but
Send it, Ron. Send it.
Mikey B still hasn't sent me an email for his stickers from last week. So if he doesn't contact me sometime this week, because I've talked to him a couple of times, still hasn't emailed me, then I'll give them away to somebody else next
You
week.
check your junk email and all?
No, it didn't come in the junk email.
Maybe
either.
it's in
I
the
went
spam
through-
box.
No, he hasn't emailed me. Let's just leave it at that. Anyway.
I have a question for Keith. With all this chat about the Super Bowl, do you have any clue what they're talking about?
There's a lot of trailers released.
Well,
Yeah,
we're gonna end all the Super Bowl talk now to get on the drones here.
Are we doing
Yeah, there was the
squirrel
Jurassic
first?
Park trailer and Lord of the Rings trailer. That's
Yeah,
about what I know.
we'll talk about the World Cup next week.
Yeah. So are we going squirrel first, or we're not going squirrel last? Well, hell, basically the whole show's squirrel.
Yeah,
Because
the
we're trying to figure
$2,600
out-
is squirrel anyways, right? Because we don't
See-
really have $26 available, do we, Bill?
$2,600.
Oh, we don't really have that cash, do we?
Well, see, that's the whole point. See, that's why I've done this show. Okay.
Good old Ray.
See, my wife got a bunch of jewelry and stuff for Valentine's Day and our anniversary, which happens to be our 10th anniversary. So she bought a lot of jewelry, a lot of jewelry. And I was like, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Well, honey, what do you want? Oh, I can't think of anything. So I've $2,600, nice round number, a lot of ideas, So it's kind of a way to help me and then help you too, because I thought, like I said, we were making jokes before we went live about, we could actually have like famous YouTube celebrities on your drone fantasy league. Like, well, Billy Cole's going for 1.2 million, and then you could say, oh, Kelly Shores is going for 2.4. Oh my God, Aldrin Anastasio is going for 3.8 million. Fuck that.
What's Chris Hope going for?
Oh, he's going for the league minimum. Sorry.
I think I can afford Chris.
I can afford the league minimum right now. It wouldn't
Yeah,
bother me a
we're
bit.
gonna have to. We'll say that. We'll say, but I thought I was sitting here thinking, they're gonna say drone fantasy league. What the hell was he talking about? Where did he come up with that bullshit from? But I was thinking, we could
Bottom of the bottle.
we could actually bring it out and make it that crazy, or we could just okay, you're a recreational pilot. You have a computer that will produce 4K footage. Your wife has said, okay, all right, fine. Blow a couple of grand on your drone bullshit and go make your YouTube channel. Okay. What all are you going to buy? Are you going to buy just a drone? Are you going to buy like a Osmo Pocket? Are you going to buy an Action 2? Are you going to buy filters for said drone or for peripheral cameras? That kind of thing. So basically saying when you all first got started and you didn't have jack, what did you buy?
The Spark.
The very first thing I bought was a Phantom 4.
How much did you spend?
I spent $1,500 for a Flymore kit, 3 batteries at Walmart. Not Walmart, at Best Buy. Yep.
You'll keep talking. I'm trying to wave at everybody and
then I
tell
bought
them I know they're here.
Then I bought the OG Osmo Pocket.
Oh,
for your B-roll. Okay, is B-roll a necessity? Is that something you got to have?
No, but it's fun to have if you want it.
Okay, so we say $1,500, and we're saying OG Pocket was what?
$200,
400 or
300. So I'm up to close to $2,000 now.
Okay.
Because I had to buy a case. That case cost me $150.
Oh yeah, gotta have the case.
Gotta have the case to haul that thing around in.
We'll say we're what, 1,900. We'll say around what? Are we 19? Are we that far?
No, I'm at 2,100 now.
Okay.
And
He
then
got a good case, Bill. He got a hard case, Bill.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
And then I wound up buying the Osmo Action, the original.
So that
was my 26 right there, give or take.
Yeah, let's say okay. So okay. So there's Chris's, and you've already got it worked out. So you have a purpose for each one of those, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we already know Chris's gear. So let's say that we're gonna say P4P. This is kind of cool actually. Now it might work out. Okay, P4P, Action, and Pocket, right?
Right.
Okay, that's your 26. All right, Ron. Oh, okay. Have you already got yours, Keith?
Well, yeah, okay. I'll do the same thing Chris did. When I started out, I already had an iMac that could do 4K video, so I didn't need a computer. I bought the same thing. I bought the Phantom 4 Flymore kit for $1,500 at Best Buy.
Right.
Even though the guys at Best Buy wanted me to get the that 3-yard solo instead, but I held strong for the
True. I had the same issue, Ron.
Yeah. Did you get the Action and Pocket or just the Phantom 4?
Well, I'm going so far back. They didn't have those devices back then. So I had like a GoPro 3 or something like that. Old GoPro.
Okay.
One.
Okay, and then so you didn't even have it
old, but
so okay. So you still got a shitload of money. What else you gonna buy? You've got still what? He's got still what? $600?
Yeah, well, I think in those days it wasn't that. Well, I just kept the case of Phantom 4 came with.
Oh
Chris,
yeah,
that kind of what do you call it, styrofoam case.
So he's actually got about $750 because you consider it's like a GoPro 3.
Well, you know what? I did buy ND filters for the Phantom 4. And I did buy.
So you got $700.
I know. I bought an iPad Mini. Well, I don't know, but maybe a 2 or 3 or something back then or whatever for it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't think about the
screen.
I didn't think about that. So it's still gonna. You got about $200 left.
Let's see. I got extra props and I got a couple other little. I probably threw $100 more in odds and accessories for it.
Okay, so there's Ron. All right, Keith.
I was just going to say what I had in the bag the other week was an Air 2S Flymore, which is what $1,300.
Okay.
The Pocket 2, and the extension rod and the Rode Video Micro. That's a complete vlogging kit, and that's probably all under $2,000.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's awesome, man.
I mean, okay, there's going to be 2 shots in it, which I used the action to, but technically they didn't have to be in it. But
Still, that's not going to put you over 26.
Well, then the action 2 as well. That is everything that I had in my bag. And the drone comes with filters now, so you don't need to. I mean, admittedly I had the Freewell VND on there because it's just easier to use than taking off all the others. But the drone does come with reasonably decent filters.
Yeah.
All right, Brian, are you ready? What would you spend $2,600 on?
I've been thinking about this all week. Are you kidding? And the other thing I'm thinking of is $2,600. I've never had $2,600 in my hand in my life.
Look, wait. I got to put this up.
You know, when I started out, and I made this point on Bob Dempsey's stream today. When I started out, my neighbor had a Phantom 3, and you know, the question comes around to how much, and he said, "Oh, like 500, 800 with the add-ons," and I said, "I'll see you later." You know, but years went by, and the interest was still there, and I got a Spark, and I'm thinking, I was like, okay, the kit was $609 on Amazon for the full thing. I said, I am just a cheap bastard. I am not buying this thing. I did. And yet I was so hooked. 5 months later, I dropped $1,400 on that Mavic 2 Zoom, did not bat an eye.
Wow.
So right now, you know, there's only one drone out there that I'm interested in, and I'm not even sure if I'm going to get it or that I need it. And that's the Untitled Light Plus.
Okay,
because
so how much what do we got there?
There's some good features on it, but for what I'm doing lately, which is a lot of low light stuff, night stuff, man, that Air 2S is just killing it. Man, I have not shown any video yet, but the video is spot on. I can't wait to start making some videos.
Is it low light night photography the strength of those new Autel drones?
It is, you know, and that one is adjust variable aperture on that Light Plus is what I was looking at. But since I have figured out through YouTube that I don't even need that to get the kind of shots I'm getting, it's just the pro mode on the Air 2S, the Mavic 2 Air, the Mini series. You can manipulate that to get any kind of low light stuff you want. The only thing that's a little lacking on those other drones is your video. You know, on the Mini, you're going to get kind of soft, darkish video with those birds.
Yeah. Okay, so the base is $1,349. Does that sound right?
No, I'm getting the Autel, and I probably will get it. It's $1,649.
That's the Flymore or whatever.
Yeah. Basically. And that's hoping that those tariffs don't kick in and bumps it up to $1,800, like I'm expecting.
Cool.
Okay, so that's still you're still going to have what?
Okay,
$800.
Right, and that's no problem either because last summer my Osmo Pocket 2 bit the schnitzel.
Really?
I need to replace it. You know, I've gotten to replace it. I've got this gem right here. I love
Hero 10.
The Hero 10, yeah, I love it. But there's still some things that the Osmo Pocket did that cannot do. One of them, and I used it all the time, was a time lapse that you start from one point and you can go up and then.
That's really good. It's a nice feature.
Yeah.
So you're going Hero 10 and Pocket 2 with the Autel Light Plus.
So what are we up to there? About 2,200.
Well, if you use, because we said how much for the Light Plus combo.
Light Plus combo is $1,649 currently. In 3 weeks, that may change.
Okay, and what was the Hero 10?
The Hero 10 is $400. Like I said, already got that.
You already got that.
Okay.
What's it going to cost you to replace?
Wait. But here's the only thing you had. The only thing you had was the computer. We're trying to make this fair for everyone, kind of like NASCAR. We all have the same damn 4K computer. and you're building a $2,600 kit. So
And I'd need to buy Chris Hope's garage because man, that is some awesome stuff right there behind him.
Boy, I tell you what, it's full of. I can't even get my other pickup in here right now. It's so full of stuff.
Well, there goes your whole $2,600, Brian.
he made a good point. It was $500, and then they dropped $100 off of it.
It was $399 when I paid for it.
Well, we're gonna say that we're talking about
there's different pricing for the Hero 10 depending on if you do the GoPro thing.
I just thought there is one thing.
What?
If they ever come out with a Mini 3, yeah, I'll probably get it.
Okay, so that's the thing about it is that some of it is going to be expensive. We need to speculate on the
SE
price
edition.
We need
6, 7, 800. I'm still in the range there. I'm still around that.
Okay, now wait a minute. Okay, Ron, bring that up for a minute. I was asking you about this the other day. You were talking about that there were some rumors floating around that there was going to be a Mini SE, right? Or Mini 3 SE, and a Mini 3 Pro.
Well, they're using the word Pro. They're just using SE for the dumbed down version. And Bill, the drone reviewer, brought this up last night without even me saying anything about it. So again, this is just purely rumor. This is no leaks, no inside information. But if you read that forum and stuff, people seem to start talking about the SE. But again, this is not a leak. It's just a rumor.
They cannot bring out a Pro without not having the SDK on release. If you're releasing something called a Pro, it has to be it has to be industry ready. It has to have SDK on release. And knowing how DJI have been over the past year or two, I can't see that happening.
Right.
I cannot. If they didn't have the Mavic 3 SDK on release, there is no way they're going to have a Mini 3 Pro. Not a chance. And I will bet my $2,600 on that.
I'll bet it as well because they didn't call the Mavic 3 the Mavic 3 Pro, and there's a reason why they did it that way.
Yeah.
Even the SIN version, which is technically a pro level drone, they didn't call it the Pro, they called it the SIN.
Okay, so
you might find that you'll probably get a Mavic Mini 3 or Mini 3 SIN, which is their way of getting around calling it a Pro, therefore not having to give you all the Pro features. That would be more likely what they do.
Yeah, exactly.
We're talking next year's drone now.
But here's the thing. We got to figure out, okay, the Mini 3 that they're going to come out with, it's going to be the Pro model. Notice I'm using quotes, air quotes. The Pro model. Okay, what's the price tag going to be?
Well, let's use the Nano Plus price tag of $799.
Okay, so
that's what I'm saying. 800.
Right, but we're going to have shit that works.
No, DJI, take that times it by 2. That'll be the price because that's pretty much what they did with the Mavic 3.
Yeah.
I'm thinking $1,200.
I'm thinking you're more in the right ballpark.
Yeah, but you cannot be in competition with the Air 2S.
And that's
the Air 2S right now, and when we get to my $2,600, the Air 2S is the best drone that you can buy right now. It's just hands down the best drone that you can buy on the market right now.
Of course, I've heard this being said.
Totally agree.
The Mini 3 will be the Air 2S and a mini body.
Yeah, that's basically what.
Well, that would be stunning. That would be stunning if you can. If you can get that 1-inch sensor.
Keep talking.
If you get that 1-inch sensor in that body at that price.
Well, I didn't.
DJI will have my money.
You mean at the $1,200 price? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
They would have my money at that if they could do that.
If you can get a sub 250, if you get a sub 250 with a 1-inch sensor.
Well, with all the features of the Air 2S, that's a home run. That's a just.
I think it'll be lacking all of the sensors, but the rumor is the Mini 3 will have a forward sensor. Yeah, I don't use it.
The other thing to consider too is on a Mini, if it's sub 250, if the FAA does what they say they're going to do, you're probably going to have that if you want to fly.
I'm trying to read his
Everything else
note.
may be banned or whatever.
Do it again, Bob. Oh,
Okay.
he's already got his iPad.
That's my list.
Oh, he has his
Mini
pencil and
three.
pencil.
Oh, he's already got it.
Yeah.
But Bob, the Mini 3's not out yet.
Well, you didn't know, it's Drone Fantasy League. That's the whole point.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Well,
You
that
can
could
ask
say on the Mavic
$2,600
4.
not real either, so the drone can be.
I was just going to say the Mavic 4.
Yeah, but here's something fun. I pulled out my Cheerson. I was looking at it when it was in the closet the other day, and I was looking at the profile, and I was looking at what this looks like. If you look at it the way it's made, I was like, what does this remind me of? And then it dawned on me that DJI must have seen this little bitty drone, because don't that look like the fucking FPV drone to you guys?
Yeah, like a citizen.
Am I
Like
crazy?
a
I
fine,
mean,
yeah.
look at that. It looks just like the FPV drone. And I'm like, I was like, wait a minute, why does, and I started sitting there and I was like, why does that seem so familiar to me? I mean, I know it's a Cheerson, and it dawned on me that it looked like the FPV drone. And I was like, I need to fly this little thing again. Supposedly you can actually fly acro with it. Anyway. Okay, so we got Bob kind of got his out really quick. We speculated with. I'm going to leave Brian with the Altel Light Plus, the GoPro Hero 10, and the Pocket 2. And
Please,
we'll say,
I need my Osmo Pocket 2, man. Don't let me. I gotta get
right.
that.
Well, okay. So and to be fair, like Keith pointed out and like Steve pointed out, I mean, hell, I'm going to say I want the Inspire 12. And since it's the Inspire 12, and we've got new microchips, it's only going to be about $50.
There is one thing I would like to add to my list, because you need it with a Pocket 2, and that is some form of external charger. Now, I've got the charging case for it, and it does the job, but that Pocket doesn't last all day. So, and the Pocket 2 battery, in my opinion, is not as good as the original. So you need some kind of external power pack, even if it's like a 6,000 watt charging thing. You need some kind of external charging device.
It's okay, Mike. You don't have a wife to
like
try to
that.
hide shit from.
Yeah.
Because the thing about it is, when you're married, your wife notices when there's a different credit card statement coming in the mail.
This is really useful. This is the charging case for it. It's pretty good. If you don't use the do it all handle.
But if we think where we are now with drones, even thinking about the Mavic 3, that we have the ability to charge drone batteries with an external battery, on the go. You can put that in your bag, walk or travel wherever you're going, and charge your batteries. Where we are now is so much more convenient. It's even if it's slow, but you still have that option, and that that's where. I remember when I had my first Mavic Pro, and I was dreaming of that. I was dreaming of being able to charge that battery on the go.
It's funny because you could charge the Spark, and I charged the Spark in the car. Now I've got a pickup now, so I can just plug the thing into the back, because it's got a full-on power.
But you had that when you got the
Pro,
Mavic
you couldn't.
Pro. No. With the Mavic Pro, you could do it in the car. Yeah, because
you
part
got
of the Flymore kit.
Yeah,
you had that. And I think the Mavic Pro 2 as well, because I've still got all the bits in my car. I've still got all the.
You're right. It did. It came with a cigarette. Well, what we used to call the cigarette lighter. Yeah.
12 volt. Yeah. Which, but I mean, the fact that you can now, and I remember when I got my first. I remember when I bought the Mavic. The Mini 2, and I bought that in Dubai last year, and I remember being out in the desert and flying it for the first time, and then just putting it in the bag and charging the battery on the go, and it was like, wow, that's so cool,
Yeah. I know what you mean.
I'll be honest with you. I think there might be a delay on any more DJI drones coming out for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, until they sort out their GPS stuff, I think they have to.
I don't. It's not so much that as more of the political side of it
Yeah.
is the reason they're like, we don't want. Yeah, it's more of we don't want to send in, like Brian was talking about earlier. If the tariffs and everything hit, I mean, what's that gonna make the Mavic 3 cost? Just the base Mavic 3.
More than the $2,600 you give us, Bill.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, do you know what I think will actually show that for sure? I think if we have another, let's say, rumor from Autel, as soon as there's a new drone coming out, or let's say there's a rumor or leaks from Autel, if it's all quiet from DJI, then there's something wrong, because DJI it seems to be now that they seem to react every time that there's something new coming from Autel. So I say that whatever I think that Autel have the upper hand at the moment in terms of marketing, in terms of let's say social media. They can do whatever they want because they have DJI by the short and curlies, and it's really up to them now to make a stand. So, but it's all down to Autel right now. So they can say something, they can they can put out as much BS as they want, and they'll be holding DJI to the point where if they're silent, there's something wrong.
Well, DJI just did release the Rowan device, or it's shipping now. And Bill, did that get any kind of a price increase or a tariff increase?
I'm sorry, I'm still having this really wild Boondock Saints flashback when he was talking about got you by the short and curlies.
Yeah. I'm just saying, obviously DJI can still release products because the Rowan has obviously been approved for sale in the US.
Yes, that has. But I mean, gimbals are vastly different to flying cameras. And with the recent news about DJI's investments, shall we say, I think that's about to make things far more difficult for them with drones. With gimbals,
okay, so you think the only problem with DJI is the drones? All their other products are okay.
I think DJI has been transitioning for the last 5 years into other products because they know where certain things are going.
Right, but U.S. senators claim that the DJI is spying and sending information back to China from the devices. Well, you could take that gimbal ramp to a sensitive military place in the U.S. or power thing, and that could
but it's not got an image on certain. I think one of the gimbals has an image transmission thing, but most of the gimbals don't, and they don't have any way of recording. You could argue the Action 2 could do it, but the drone is the thing that collects the GPS data and has low-res cameras in the form of those sensors that technically can. What DJI are alleged to be doing is not anything more than a lot of companies that come out of China do, but unfortunately they sell drones, and that's where the crux of it is, I think.
Hey, I know Steven's in where are you at? I can't ever get off my lips. Where are you at right now, Steven?
Taiwan. I'm in Taiwan.
There's been rumors more than one site that companies such as DJI and Autel may relocate corporate offices to Taiwan to avoid all this. Have you heard anything on the ground over there?
I have not heard anything on the ground over here about that, but I mean, like I was, I mean, obviously where I am here is a bit, let's say, politically sensitive to what is going on, and I see some of that here. However, but like I was saying last week, when we were doing a lot of the shows and people were actually filming the shows, everything was being filmed on a Mavic 3.
Yeah.
So I mean, everyone has Mavic 3 here. everyone has Mavic 3 here.
So they don't worry about them spying in Taiwan.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right, everybody. As you can see, and I'm going to tell the panel members, please check into the private chat so you know the number. When I type it in over here, I'm going to get my screen here.
What did we win tonight? A Mavic 3?
No. Actually, we have.
Actually, it's a new Rowan.
You're funny. I'm calling it the foil pack, but it's just got, or excuse me, the hollow pack, but it's got the original DT sticker, one of the hologram DT stickers, and one of the original Coast to Coast drone stickers. Because nobody's sent me any, sponsor me stickers this week, so it's just going to be show-based stickers. But like I said, it's going to be, and the reason it's going to be, and I'm going to say this because it's going to be limited edition. Because unless they give me another deal, I won't order more of them.
Okay.
So I'm going to put me up here for a second.
Where'd you get the stickers from, Bill?
Sticker Mule.
Those are Sticker Mule ones. Yeah.
So
are they manufactured in the U.S., Bill?
Yes, they're manufactured in the USA.
So they're spyware free. Okay, good.
Yeah, supposedly. There's supposedly
a hologram on it.
They're supposedly spyware free. So let's see. Where did I put
sending a signal? I'm sure.
All right, let me put this up here, and I will say, all right, a number between 1 and 50, folks.
Okay.
Go. We'll just keep them. We're watching. We don't have any numbers yet.
They're a little slow tonight, Bill.
Well, I think everybody was confused.
It'll pick up. It'll pick up.
Uh-huh.
Well, okay.
There we go.
Oh, no.
Get to a gallop. Here we go.
There we go.
Oh, wait a minute.
H. W.
Wait a minute. What's that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are slow tonight.
No, it's not.
It hasn't gone through yet.
HWJ. Somebody's
looking-
spelling something in code here. Wait a minute.
You made the number 2 tough tonight.
No, kind of people dancing all over the place. Dancing. Okay, here we are. We're kind of going.
Wow.
Stevie doesn't like. Okay, Stevie doesn't want a hologram. Okay, fine. Nobody's guessed it yet. I'm surprised. It's my wife's birthday.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
No hints now, Bill. No hints.
It's well, yeah.
People are dancing around.
Anybody that knows my wife knows it's the actual date of her birthday.
I don't think they can get it, Bill.
Oh,
Johnny
got it.
Johnny drone fire.
Johnny got it.
Yay,
The number
Johnny.
was 23.
It's also Michael Jordan's number, which is famous number.
I wasn't going to say that. That would have given it away.
The number of chromosomes you have, you know?
Anyway, so Johnny got that one.
Congrats, Johnny Drone.
And I know Johnny's address, so that's cool. So let me write this down. Johnny got pack 1.
I know where you live.
Well, no, Johnny's won stickers before.
Johnny's a big time winner down there in Louisiana.
Oh yeah, he plays his hand just right every time.
All right.
Johnny's got to get me some lottery tickets next time I'm over there.
So, you can't get lottery tickets where you're at?
No, we have Powerball and all.
We have everything, man. We got Washington State Lottery. We got Powerball. We got, what's the other one?
Mega Millions.
Mega Millions. We got.
I have to tell you, Nevada has no lotteries.
Really?
We have to drive to California to buy a Powerball ticket.
Wow. How long does it take you to get to California, Bob?
Well, where I'm at, it's about 45 minutes.
That's not too bad.
No.
You get a visit from the power company. A shocking visit from the power company.
I need something to pay for that deductible that I had to pay for. I'm thinking, man, at least I should be able to get maybe a video card out of this. No.
Right, listen, I've got
SD
my 2600 here.
All right, go for it.
Good.
Yeah, we want to
hear
hear.
my 2600. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I've gone a bit differently on this, right? I've gone a bit I've gone down the route of investment.
Well, first of all, what kind of currency did they use in Taiwan?
We have new Taiwanese dollars.
Oh, okay,
I was specific. It's 2,600 USD.
So
yes,
it's not
and I've
on?
done it. I've done it. I've done it USD. So
All right. Steve, it's not the yen or the won anymore. I know
no,
it was years ago.
yeah,
It's not
it's
the
it's
yen-
it's the new Taiwanese dollar, NTS or something that's called here. So $2,600. I would get the Air 2S Fly More combo because it has the SDK. Then I would
Would you
get
get the smart controller one or just the regular controller?
I would get the regular controller because that would not allow me to do what I'm going to do next. Okay.
Okay.
So then I would get a monthly subscription to Drone Deploy. I would go
How much is that a
for
month?
that's $299 per month. This would allow me to get 4 months, which would allow me to then make more money to then buy more equipment.
Right.
So
I see the
also-
investment strategy.
also a 10-month subscription to Adobe Creative Cloud. That would be $100. So
Yep.
that leaves me with $5 left.
Yep. Yeah.
And
You can buy a beer.
I was going to buy a beer. So there you are. So 4-month subscription to Drone Deploy. That's $299. The Air 2S Flymo combo, $12.99, plus a 10-month subscription to Adobe CC, which gives me Photoshop and Lightroom. Lightroom being what you can do to do the photo processing as well.
How about Premiere?
Yeah, see, so everybody else is using
again,
Windows Media Player to make their movies?
I'm going down the route of Drone Deploy, so that gives me the ability to make more money. So then I could get, Premiere Pro later on. You see, so that
Yeah, but if
gives
you
me-
have Creative Cloud, that gives you.
I have a
the
question
Premiere Pro.
for you.
No,
Steve.
it's only if you go for Creative Cloud for that, it's $100 for 10 months. I mean, I could go for like 6 months, and I could get maybe I could get
Premiere.
More beer.
Yeah. So
But this
so
is
I've,
actually-
I've gone down a different route, but that's what I would do.
Now, Bob had a question.
I
sorry,
have a
Paul.
question. Is Drone Deploy, is this recent, just since the release of the SDK that you can use in Air 2S?
Yes. So with
I thought that's
I mean,
Android only right now, correct, Stephen?
No, I don't think so.
I
don't
heard
think
that
so.
the iOS version SDK kit wasn't come out in March, but maybe I have bad information.
I need to check that.
I may
need
have
to
bad
check.
information.
I should check with the company I also work with, who do AirHUD. This AirHUD that I work with. So they are working on the SDK right now. Yeah, I have to check that actually. That is a good point. So I may have to buy an Android phone or like an Android tablet. So
I've been a Maven user, and I've been talking to the developer. He's in Italy, and he's believing it's the 1st of March is when the iOS version
SDK.
is coming.
Okay.
See, that was. I'm glad that he came up with those points of view, because everybody else was talking about just the gear. They weren't talking about anything to process said gear. So I guess everybody was using the base movie maker that came on the computer.
Basically, the rest of our channels are money losers. So we have no business plan to make any profit.
Well, I was just wondering, because I remember I did kind of drop that. I was like, it can be software, it can be filters, it can be storage, it can be anything. So the whole point
I've already had that Lightroom kit that Steve was talking about, but I had it way before I had drones. I had it when I was just, regular photography or whatever. So I don't even think of that, because I've had that thing longer. I was a young man when I started subscribing to that. whatever, $20 a month.
Yeah, no, I've got a sweetheart deal. I was an educator for 18 years, and Adobe gave educators a killer deal, so I've been able to continue it.
Yeah, I was just talking last night actually with my team, and we were just talking about what you use, if you're doing processing, for photography, and I was just saying that I cannot live without Lightroom. I just can't live without it. It's even if I don't use it for a month, I can still justify it because it's just so powerful. It's just so damn good that I just cannot. When I started my subscription when I got my Mavic, when I got my Mavic Pro in 2017, I think it was. I think that I got it, and I've never stopped. I've never stopped it.
Well, Bob with Apple guy like me, I actually used Apple's Aperture software, which was kind of like the same thing as Lightroom, but they stopped developing it after a while. So I switched to Lightroom, and actually, even though Lightroom is still a key to my workflow, along with Bill, I use the Luminar products and I use them as plugins in Lightroom. So actually, Lightroom kind of gets my image kind of where I just close, but then I actually go into the Luminar products like Neo and what was the other one, Bill? The older one, Neo and whatever the one now, and I actually use them to do the fine editing rather than use the Photoshop because the Luminar products are easier to use and have almost the same strength as Photoshop does.
Yeah, well, the one right before the
I use it in conjunction with Lightroom through plugins.
AI, remember the AI?
Right, AI. AI is the current one, and Neo is the one that's still in beta, but it's going to be out of beta any day now. I heard March 1st.
They've been letting us play with it for how long, Ron?
Yeah.
So, Stephen, I have a question. Are you using Lightroom Classic, or are you?
That's a good question.
Or are you using the online storage of the catalogs there?
No, I'm just let me just double check right now. This might disappear. My camera might disappear because I do have it on my iPad here. So just let me check.
Well,
if you're using it on your iPad,
I have a question for you. I use Lightroom Classic on my big desktop computer, but I use the light version, whatever they call the internet version, on my iPad Pro.
Okay.
It's Lightroom Classic.
I kind of use both.
It's Lightroom Classic on a desktop. It is Lightroom on an iPad, or you can optionally use that on the Mac.
I feel safer using Classic on my desktop, where I have 14 terabytes of storage here. Yes.
I mean, I have all my Lightroom basic catalogs on external drives anyway. So even if Lightroom Classic and the computer would blow up, I still have them all backed up on external drives.
Yeah. I use Backblaze. It's the most amazing backup I found. It's $60 or maybe it's $70 now a computer, and all of the hard drives that are attached to it.
They go off to the cloud for you?
Yes, everything goes to the cloud. So I've got 14, maybe 16 terabytes over here, that are all there for $70 a year.
See, Bill, that's something else you could have threw in with the $2,600.
Mm-hmm. Hey, by the way, on that Neo thing, Bill, they need to work on that interface. It's the pits.
What don't you like about it, Brian?
Compared to Luminar 4, it is just unwieldy. I can't. You really have to dig for things that were just right up front.
Okay.
Because basically, right now, all it is Luminar 4, and you have to dig for the stuff that was right there in front of you in Luminar 4 in that Neo. So I really hope they improve that after the beta thing is over.
I doubt. I mean, I doubt the interface will look a whole lot different.
There's like 4 people guessing.
And you're right though. They do change the interface pretty greatly every new version. Like like Neo AI, the one
It's
you're.
all right. You 4 people, keep going. Come on, keep guessing.
Yeah, but changing the interface can be a problem. I mean, DJI Fly versus Go 4 is one that comes to mind. But if you're working in something like Lightroom has taken years to evolve. It's different to when it first started, but it's taken a long time to get there.
Yeah, I'm going to say even the whatever the version of Luminar that you don't like, the interface is still easier to navigate than Lightroom.
Oh yeah,
for new users.
Lightroom, I love it when I use it, but man, there's a learning curve there.
For a new user, there's a tremendous learning curve.
Yeah.
But it's like any software, you have to, you will have to learn, and it will be part of your workflow. So it's it doesn't matter what the software is, you will adopt
I agree.
I agree. You have to just dive in. The only way
to dancers here in the
through
chat.
the learning curve.
Yeah, it's going crazy. It's like everywhere, all around it. You've redeemed yourself, Brian. You've got the impossible number.
They're all around it from 0 to 50.
I agree, Stephen. Yeah, you have to just learn. You have to just say, "I'm going to do the next project in the new software." That's
the problem is us. It's not the software. The older we get, the more difficult it becomes.
Yeah, there is some truth there.
I understand.
Like, oh,
I think I got you by a few years, but
Yeah, but I mean, but there is, that this is true. You have to learn the software, or you can't just learn it, on the first try. But a good intuitive UI is a very important thing. Companies like Apple kind of won the whole computing war because their interfaces were a little bit easier to use than what other people had. So there is something to a good interface.
yeah.
But I think it's also good for people like us to be learning, to having the brain working all the time.
Galuski's here finally.
It's
look at that.
Boom! Ah!
We got a winner.
41,
Yay!
41.
He's a fellow old fart.
Really?
Yay! Yes.
Old farts and children.
He doesn't look like he has much gray there, Bob. Are you sure?
And
He's been an active member of the group.
Did you
there
check his
isn't an
ID?
age.
Check his ID.
Oh, Bob, I needed to ask you that today. I forgot. I got hit up by somebody.
Charles won.
Who was wondering what the age thing for
41 was the number.
How young you?
Charles got it.
The age for old farts is not any age at all. It's an attitude.
Yep.
Yes, exactly.
That's what we keep telling ourselves.
You just have to be able to pass gas in an old manner.
What is that?
Has nothing to do with a number age.
Hey, want to hear a funny story about age? Bob asked me to be on the Old Farts show with him today at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I told him I would, but then I backed out. And guess what my excuse was? It probably seemed like it was made up. I forgot that I had an appointment with the Social Security office at 12:30 today. Of all the excuses for an Old Fart show that I had to visit the Social Security office, that was golden.
It would have been even better if you just said today's appointment was with your gastrologist.
That's all right. Brian did a fabulous job today.
Thank you.
I don't want to
taking
any
my
horns
place
here,
but Bob,
Brian filled in and did marvelous.
And it was a successful visit for me, Bob. They had my birthday wrong.
Oh,
Social Security. And I did get it corrected today, so it was a successful visit.
good deal. Good deal. Yeah, we talked to a drone pilot in Scotland today.
Oh, Scotland.
Oh yes, that's right. I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's older than me, so he's 73, and he went from what did he say, a Pocentic or something like that,
Something to
Pensick,
to a Mini to a Mavic 3.
to a Mavic 3.
Well, he really stepped up in class.
Yeah.
If you ever had a Potensi drone, you know that it's not exactly the most greatest flying drone ever.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can get a hold of one that's good though.
Sometimes
it's not, oh shit. Charles Galuski, please just message me on what did I just do? I don't know what the hell I just hit.
Well,
anyway,
what did Charles win? Some more stickers?
Yeah, he won the stickers. The number that we got. Wait a minute, I wanted to say.
I thought he may have won $2,600.
Yes, you can see. You see what Archer's saying
You
here?
won 2,600. Yes.
Hey, can you see what Archer's saying here in the chat? We're very busy, but I can't. Hey, hang on a second, please. Can I speak? Okay, as you can see, I've got Archer's highlighted here. Okay, so next week's show is going to be because Kelly Shore says never fly, or what is it? Don't fly alone.
Don't fly alone.
Don't fly alone. And the cool thing is it's not just it's for a safety point of view. It's because of the camaraderie you have when you're flying with other people. But Archer and Caleb should be here next week. Next week's show is going to be who do you fly with, and we're going to talk about the safety aspects, and plus I'm going to introduce you to the people that are in my group that I'm starting to fly with here locally, and you all can tell us about what you do flying with your friends and stuff locally. We can talk about like safety procedures and stuff like that, and then I thought towards the end of the show we could talk about their business and what they're doing around the area. What do y'all think of that? Sound cool?
Sounds good. Now, do these guys fly with Kelly?
No. These people actually live here near me. I'm gonna probably unless something drastic happens, because my kids are trying to decide whether they're coming up on Friday or whether they're coming up on Saturday. If they come up on Saturday, then I'm going to try to go up for maybe an hour. But if not, then I'll go up and stay the whole time. Either way, you all will meet the group of people I'm starting to fly with and hanging out with. And
good.
Like I said, and
you gonna take a little video while you're there, Bill?
I've done a few live things and stuff like that.
Okay.
But actually, where we go to is a private business.
Oh, okay.
And so I don't want to.
You got to be a little stealthy around there.
Well, no. I'm trying not to be a dick about it. He kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and I really don't. I don't know. He made me feel like I should thank him for having a place to fly my little micro indoors, and I felt bad about it. But see, Archer and them have taken upon themselves. They're paying for the meetup group. They pay for pizza every meeting. All this stuff. And you got 10 or 15 people in there, and got 2 or 3 pizzas. You're blowing $6,500 each time. So we're helping them out, giving a little bit of money here and there, so that they can help. Because I think like the meetup each month is like $15 or $20 just to have the group. Then you got to pay. And then you got to pay for the pizza and stuff. And of course, I'm sure the owner of that place wants them to funnel him some kind of business. So there's like drone rentals and all this stuff. I mean, I'm not trying to bust on the guy, but he's not really making what I would consider community goodwill. Trying to get more people involved in his business, because he's just all about second you hit the door, give me some money, is what it feels like to me.
Show me the money.
Yeah, that's
money.
And it doesn't. I felt bad about it, because all I want to do is kind of hang out and fly. He's a business stickler. Well, I got a business and I'm not doing too bad. So that's why I think he's not doing too good. So anyway, but I have trouble flying, FPV drones and stuff. They kind of make me sick. So I wanted to meet people I can hang out with and fly camera drones with. So we kind of got to get it worked out to where we can go fly camera drones and stuff too. So, but I don't mind giving them the money, considering it's all you can eat pizza, and they're paying for the meetup group. That's how that goes.
It looks like Bob has a co-host with him there.
Yeah.
Who's that fellow, Bob?
That's Poe.
Hey, buddy.
It's actually difficult.
You know who he
It's
reminds
actually
me?
difficult to actually,
He's
you
done
know,
quite a few. Yes.
see. You know, you look quite alike, actually.
We've heard that before.
They do say dogs look like your owners. They do say.
I don't know if any of you have seen the video of him chasing an RC car at the dog park here over the weekend. Some guy had this little RC car out there, and his two tiny dogs were just adamantly chasing the RC car, and it was pretty good size RC car.
Well, how'd Bo do?
He got right into it. I mean, he was dedicated. So I mean, he just ran his ass off for hours. You know.
We just got demonetized, Bill.
Keith, throw me a number between 1 and 50 in the private
There goes
chat.
that check again.
25%. Yep.
No, it's okay. I gotta say this. I wasn't gonna bring it up, but we're kind of at that. We're at the squirrel part of the show. Anyway. Anybody that didn't get a chance to see Mikey Philly Drone Life go absolutely batshit crazy last night?
I did not.
Oh
Nope.
He dove off the high dive.
Oh boy.
He dove off the high dive, man.
That would be a splash.
The thing
Bill, without a safety net?
There was no water in the pool.
No safety net?
There was no water in the pool. Hang on a second, Charles. Hang on. I gotta see what the number is. Let me get this chat shared one more time. Oh, what the hell did I do? Share the screen. Y'all can keep talking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So did everybody spend their $2,600 tonight?
Yeah,
I showed mine on a piece of paper here, but mine was like a Mini 3, an iPad Pro, an Apple Pencil, and filters and other stuff. So
is that the new iPad Pro that's coming out in March?
No, that's the
current one.
The Mini 3. It's whatever that is.
You mean we're at the Mini 6 now?
Yeah. There we go.
Well, Bob, I tell you, I use an iPad Pro for most, if not all, of my post, and I'm actually really, I really like it. I mean, I'm on my iPad Pro right now. No, it's 2000 and God, where are we? It's 2019 Pro actually.
Yeah.
And it's still really good.
I've got Adrian,
I did it for you. Sorry, I had a rocky moment.
Hey, Curtis Gord.
Guys,
So how much
I'm just
memory did you get, Stephen?
it's just 128.
Oh, you gotta do something, Stephen? What?
I'm just going to say there's going to be a video coming out in the next couple of days. It's not my video, but it's a video to do with what I'm doing here. I don't know if any of you are following me on Twitter, but I put a video. There was a small clip.
What is your Twitter handle so folks can follow you?
Flyby Guy.
Pardon?
Flyby Guy. And there's guys around here doing a lot of FPV, and in this music hall, which is just opposite to where I am, there's this amazing big music hall, and there's been guys flying FPV around there, right? And which they have permission to do, and they've been flying FPV around us and stuff like that. And I found out I actually found out what they were doing. There's a video coming out, and it is freaking awesome. There's a freaking awesome FPV video coming out. It should be out in a couple of days. I'll put it on the group when it comes out. But holy shit!
I saw that video of your show the other day with the Mavic 3 footage. That was pretty amazing.
Yeah. Well, this is kind of even better.
No, I'm looking for FPV stuff. Is awesome.
It's really. I was quite because we're just waiting on it getting approval.
Yeah!
I was waiting for him to get that. So he was dancing around it for
Oh my
He
god!
should have done it 5 minutes ago, but then he stopped at like 33 and went the other way. And I was like, wait a minute, Curtis Dart on.
He gets an A for effort.
That was he wanted the new hollow. That's what it was. He wanted the new hollow.
Definitely the most effort.
Congrats, Curtis.
Wait. Here we go.
Curtis is coming to Vegas with that.
I already got his
strategy.
address.
Something too that y'all mentioned earlier. I want to redo. You know,
Oh,
probably-
okay.
You're
Yeah.
$2,600. You want to
do-
return some of your gear?
no, they probably won't do a DJI FPV 2, but I wish they would because the FPV 1 had
Yes,
some
they will.
issues.
Oh, Brian, there's a rumor this summer that we're going to get a FPV Mini from DJI.
Because the thing about it is, if they did that thing right, man, I'd buy that thing in a heartbeat.
It's gonna look like this. I shit
It
you
needs
not.
a better camera.
Now,
though,
how much
better
y'all gonna
stabilization.
laugh y'all's asses off in about say July? DJI comes out something looks like this.
Brian, what are you looking for in the next FPV drone from DJI?
Okay, I believe they got everything right on it, except the camera. I've heard there's a lot of jitter to it, so it needs better stabilization for the camera and improved camera, because I have seen some awesome, I mean, not DJI, but FPV video that is so incredibly scenic. And I'm thinking, well, okay, I'm in the right place. I can do that. You know, it would just open up a whole new thing of possibilities.
Hang on, Curtis. I'll
The
send you
camera's
link.
not perfect on it, but I mount the Action 2 on top of it, and it.
Yeah.
And see, those are
great.
the ones that I'm talking about, the ones that have a GoPro mounted on them that get this
It
fantastic.
fly. I think if you put a GoPro on it, you have to be. I mean, even sticking the Action 2 on it changes how it flies. I mean, it's already a flying rock. Sticking anything on top of it makes it even more weighty. But the Action 2 is pretty good with it.
Steve Carpenter wants that Phantom 10.
I don't know if you've seen I think it was the latest video from Eddie Nunez. He was using his FPV.
Yes.
I mean, that was
Perfect
pretty
example.
sweet.
The GoPro
pretty sweet.
with the bridge and the train.
Yeah.
That's
Curtis,
pretty-
check your
pretty
messenger.
awesome. Yeah.
Really nice. So it's. I mean, I'm not the kind of person where it has where the footage has to be absolutely crisp and sharp and 4K. To me it's all about the content. If you can get the good content, if you have something good to look at, I'm not too worried about the kind of jitter or something like that, or if it's not perfect, because you've caught the moment, you've caught that something which is special, and that, I mean, if you want to nitpick, if you want to be too picky about everything, then that's fine. But I think it's all about the content,
I mean, the FPV drones in the price range, it's hard to allow, give it too many allowances for, not a good camera when it costs what it costs.
Yeah.
By the way, Bill,
I
want
mean,
points
the
for putting this
FPV
train
drone
back on the
is
track.
the FPV drone is very cheap.
Yeah.
When you think about it, what you get with it, and the next one, they're obviously going to just release the drone on its own because you've already got the kit. So unless DJI do something really stupid, like say, oh, you need a new controller for it, which I don't see them doing.
And just Mikey's not.
Can everyone
talking
remember what Keith said now? Remember?
Yeah. I know.
I'm still trying to figure out, because nobody got software except Steven. So everybody's using whatever the basic video creator is on the computer.
I remember I said I've had Lightroom for way before drones. Lightroom and Photoshop, so I didn't even think about adding on because it goes into my photography as well as my drone. Actually, I use it more for general photography than I do drones.
No, I totally understand.
I've got Creative Cloud, and Final Cut came with the Mac. So sorry, I didn't think of the software either. I do use Final Cut.
I'm sorry. Was I not distinct enough when we started?
Well, you said you've already got the computer. Well, the
that's
computer came with Final Cut.
That's capable of. All I said was it's capable of producing 4K.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
And then Steven took it further and said, "I got to have." stop. My side's hurting.
But Bill, you get my point that if I did not own a drone, I would still have Lightroom and Luminar,
Wait a
even if
minute,
I
we're
never
making
owned a
points?
drone. So
We're
that's why I
making
don't
points. Fuck
include
this.
it.
I didn't know it was a game. Yes, I get your
Well,
point.
if you're going to add software in, that's a whole different ballgame.
Well, okay. So so I guess it should. Okay, remember?
Well, hang on.
We were going to say,
DaVinci.
remember to begin with, it was going to be
free.
$5,000, and you were going to create a media studio. And Ron said, no. I like it more defining and cheaper, so that we're really strapped. You know, I like the 2600. That's why we stuck.
Yeah.
You can still do it on the 2600. You just use DaVinci. DaVinci can emulate both Premiere Pro and Final Cut. You just get DaVinci. It's one of the top three, and it happens to be free.
Chris, what are you using?
I am using a free editor that's called VideoPad Video Editor.
Okay.
And every time nearly every time I need to do it, I got to go to YouTube and get a registration code.
Okay.
So I cheat the system with the editor, and it edits 4K video, and it does a good job. It does what I want to do. So
good. Chris gets it to the man over there. Then good for you.
I've never heard of that.
Best software is what works for you.
Bob, what do you use for video?
I've been Final Cut since pretty much the beginning of Final Cut. I started in iMovie 20 years ago, and he went to Final Cut Express, and then went to Final Cut 3. I think was my first install, and I'm still on Final Cut.
I think if you take editing, I mean, this is a thing that's always on all of the forums, and I say the same thing to that thing. I think if you really get into editing, and I'm talking about coloring and grading and everything, there is only really 3 packages.
Yeah.
Because of the support. That's DaVinci, Premiere, and Final Cut. Yeah. Because they are the most widely supported, the most plugins available, and you can learn how to use them on YouTube.
And you can find those resources on them on the internet too for how to use them.
Yeah, exactly.
Whenever I have a question on Final Cut, I type the question into YouTube, and a 15-year-old explains it to me in detail.
It's the truth.
A young fart comes on.
Yes, I love it. You know,
but he's an old fart soul.
But I mean, if you've only got going back to building, if you've only got 2,600, you can get DaVinci for free. It has most of the stuff in it. You can then go to the paid version if you really get into it. But DaVinci is a good starting point if you only, because DaVinci's all in one, so you can do motion graphics in DaVinci as well. Although getting the concepts in DaVinci are slightly different.
Yeah, but it's node-based as opposed to something else.
And I go so far back with it. I use like just Resolve when it was just the color correction software. It did not have the full editing suite.
And Ron, the grading and coloring in DaVinci is the best. I mean, Final Cut it's okay, but DaVinci it's just spot on.
What I'm using because I do a lot of traveling and I'm doing everything on my iPad Pro, I'm using LumaFusion.
Right, excellent software.
And it's actually really good. It's like $20 or something. $25. I think.
If you're doing iPad stuff, I keep hearing LumaFusion come up as the one to use.
It's basically like a Final Cut Pro Lite.
Yeah,
it has I don't know what 90% of the functionality at a fraction of the cost. And
I'm using
an iPad Pro, it runs as fast as a high-end computer.
Yeah, it's really good, and when you pencil, it's great
for lunch.
Well, sorry.
It can shoot 4K 60 video up like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Is that on an iPad?
Yeah,
as well.
Yes, iPad Pro. iPad Pro. Sometimes if I'm using a lot of heavy, if I'm using, Osmo Action and the drone footage and maybe some stuff from my iPhone or something, if I've got heavy if sometimes I can have difficulty with it, and but I can get, I can work around with it. But it's very powerful.
It takes a lot to slow it
It's
down,
very
though, yeah.
it's very underrated for the price of it. It's because and that's something, Bob, that if you were planning to buy, an iPad, $20 odd dollars, and you've got a nice editing suite there as well.
And I've never taken advantage of it, Stephen. But here's the other thing, Bob. You could actually start your edit on Final on what's the software we're just talking about?
LumaFusion.
LumaFusion, and they have a tie-in. If you pay a certain amount of money, you can actually send that file over and finish it in Final Cut.
Oh yeah, an XML file of it.
Yeah,
right?
you can do that. You can export from
Yeah.
Final Cut into DaVinci and Grade, and then export
Yeah.
back. That's a good thing about those. But LumaFusion, I do keep hearing. I don't edit on an iPad, but I've heard good things about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's good if you're traveling.
The Apple Pencil for the help of the editing process is quite a joy.
I respect anybody that can edit. I have to edit on 2 screens across the whole thing, but that I am being a bit of a snobby when I do that. But I respect anybody that can do it on the iPad. I edit pictures on the iPad, and I've done Lightroom on the iPad. And that is a joy, actually. But
I have
video
no
editing.
choice. I just have no choice because I'm just stuck wherever I am, and I have to make do with what I have, so and it's really, really good. It's a really good application, and
I have to admit I'm rather spoiled now because I've got the new M1 Max Pro MacBook, and I had a 2-minute 4K video which it churned out in less than 30 seconds.
That's amazing. Wow. I have the 14-inch, not the Max, but just the Pro chip. And you're right. It can render a 4K video, a 2 or 3 minute clip in just seconds. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, the girls came running the minute Ron said 14-inch.
I'm actually thinking about getting an M1 when I get back home. So because I've not had a new MacBook for quite some time. So I'm thinking the M1 is what I want to go for, and then I'm going to upgrade to Premiere Pro as well. So I think it's a nice step.
And the nice thing about the upgraded MacBook Pros is they brought all the ports back. All the ports they took away for lightness and thinness are all gone. This is kind of a beefy computer, but it has all the ports.
It has an SD card slot, and the difference is, I mean, I've had the original new MacBook, the one with all the ports. I had that for 5 years, and it was the most faulty MacBook I've ever had, and I finally, after 5 years, had enough, and I got the new M1 Max, and it's awesome because it has ports. It has ports.
Yeah, everything's back.
I want a Mac.
You don't have to carry around half a dozen dongles.
The dongle stay at home now.
I have this for my iPad Pro.
Yeah. That's almost the same exact one I have, Stephen.
Yeah.
And I could not leave home without it. It's really, really good. It's a nice because it's got HDMI if you need it, and it's got all the ports. It's got the SD card slot there.
You got a mini SD in it right now.
I think the new iPad Pros, they're not new anymore. They're 4 years old, but that iteration of the iPad Pro has been
gentlemen. Give
phenomenal.
me just a second.
Yeah.
Chris Hope, thank you very much, sir. He needs to say his good evening, folks. I will give him the floor.
Y'all have a good night, guys. It's been fun, Bill. Appreciate you having me on.
Chris, thanks for being on with us tonight.
It's always fun
nice
spending
to see
your money,
you, Chris.
Bill. You bet, guys. Y'all take care.
Appreciate it.
Take care, Chris.
Be good.
Bye.
Great.
All right. So, okay, what was Matt saying? When rendering with that, it takes 30 seconds. Is that log footage, graded, noise reduction, transitions, etc.?
Mac is
it can be. I just did one the other day. It was log footage and like it did it less than a minute, even though it was like a 3-4 minute clip.
I want a Mac Mini.
Hey, Bill, don't buy now. There's a rumor that a new Mini is coming out in March.
I said I want one. I didn't say I wanted.
There's something of a bit of a sort of DJI thing going on with Apple in the fact that 3 unreleased Macs that have been certified were leaked yesterday, and one of them is believed to be a new Mac Mini.
Mac Mini, yeah.
But none of them on the cover list though.
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
Since
If,
Chris is
They
Okay.
don't report back to China.
okay, everybody sees this. Mike, if you didn't know, Mikey just kind of okay. Steve, thank you very much, sir.
Andrew, I talked to Mackey on Sunday, and everything was good on Sunday. So I don't know what happened yesterday, Andrew.
Wait, is Steve poking me? Is Steve poking me? I think Steve's poking. No, he's. Hang on. Take care, everyone. It's dinner time here on the right West Coast. And he directed it at me. He's
It
like,
sounds like a poke.
poke. Good, man. Anyway, I just thought it was
Northeast Drone Productions. I usually render in 264 because I'm uploading it to YouTube, and YouTube likes 264 better than 265.
I don't even
But
think
if I was just saving for my own sake on my computer, I would do 265.
And right here, Mikey Curtis is under the impression that Mikey did it just for views. That he's trying to create this.
He wouldn't do that. Come on,
whatever. But you should never come on YouTube and imply you're going to do some kind of harm to yourself just for the sake of views. Because that's what he did. And that's what everybody's asking. He changed the video to unlisted. But, I mean, I'm generally, because Billy was like, nah, it's just craziness. And Curtis, he's thinking the same thing that Curtis is thinking. But I don't know. None of us know if the FAA called and said, hey, you got to pay us $159,000. We don't give a shit if you're broke or not. We don't know anything that went on. He's basically ghosting people here and there, not really talking to them. And then he put that video up. So am I concerned? Yes, I'm concerned, but I don't know what to do.
The thing about it is, I couldn't imagine being in the position he's in and the pressure that must be on him, too. I mean, I'd have quit a long time ago.
Well, if he really has this fine, I know that the government has to make a budget for you and if they take $2 a month from you, that's how they have to do it.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what it was. Just I mean, everybody knows that Mikey's crazy, but there's some sanity there. You can see it. It's lurking in the background. But this was just so sporadic and crazy and just erratic, and
everybody has a bad day, Bill.
Well, I mean, it was F this and F that and F the other, and apparently I kind of did like Brian did. I couldn't take it. I had to bounce through it, and apparently he went off on Lon, his co-host, and said a bunch of stuff about him, and I don't know. Well, see, Curtis is still under the impression that, but still, you don't. I mean, here's the thing: he came on and flew live and got $159,000 in fine. You don't come on a live stream and imply you're going to do bodily harm to yourself for other people to watch. You just don't do that. I mean, even if it is for a show, because the next thing you know, people are going to show up and go, well, you did this live. We got to take you in for analysis.
I never thought of that.
So, I mean, and he's like, oh, it's all part of the show. Well, we still have to take you in because because he got so graphic talking about, how people, would be injured and then people would drove to it. And I'm, we all, if we anybody, it's human nature. I know we're all morbid in that way. If you drive by an accident, you tend to go
rubbernecking, and we call it around here.
Yeah, So, I mean, I get it, but I don't know. Yeah. And it's just
no.
Welcome in Travel.
He needs a friend.
Yeah.
Welcome to Sunrise World Media.
A friend to calm down with. And if you're his friend, Bill, I'd say communicate.
Ron's closer than me.
Again, all I can tell you, I talked with him Sunday on the phone or whatever, on the computer, and he was good when I talked to him Sunday.
Well, it's like I said,
I didn't see last night's show. I have no idea what happened yesterday.
Oh, he got the mail on Monday.
That's probably very. But I mean, people that are closer to him, Curtis is much closer to him than me. Billy's much closer to him than me. They fly together a lot. We're just saying, blow it off. But I'm just saying, you don't do that on a live stream. I mean, he may have unlisted it, but he's already done it. And I'm like, it's probably just like I did. You can still get access to the link, and then somebody, we need to sit down and have a talk. I mean, it happens, I wouldn't be surprised if Pennsylvania doesn't have some kind of law about that, where you have to prove that you're okay before they can release you to go, if he's doing it for views.
So you're worried he'll wind up with Jack Nicholson in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Well, I don't want that to happen, but, I'm just saying I wouldn't, it's one thing to do it in a rehearsed video so that you can say, this is for theatrics or whatever, but when you're on a live stream and you kind of go off like that, then you might have a viewer that's actually a psychiatrist and he's gonna be like
Hey Bob, for my old farts batch tonight, how about that One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest reference? That was pretty good for an old fart, wasn't it?
I hope some of the audience recognizes it.
I should say that for your show, Bob.
Well, see, okay, everybody knows Barry, Northeast journalist, right?
Yes.
Right.
Okay. Well, but his name popped up, and I just had this thing that popped into my head. Barry, knee journalist. So I said, "Hey Barry, is it okay if I send you a shrubbery?" And he was like,
"Oh." There's another old part reference.
What the hell are you talking about, man? And I said,
he has no idea.
It's the Monty Python and the Holy Grail reference. And he's like, what the hell is that?
Boy, that may be as old as One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
I had to send him the link,
he's
man.
Younger than my son would have been at the moment. But
So I had to send him a link so that he would understand what was going on. Hey,
we throw Life of Brian quotes around all the time, but a lot of people won't know that either,
Hey, I want to enter the show here, Bill, for a second. I want to ask Bob how his wife's doing. I know she had knee surgery, I believe, knee replacement.
She's back. She's in a rehab center that she did research on rehab places long before she scheduled the surgery. And this place is like the Ritz-Carlton of rehab centers. They have a chef. They'll make whatever you want. It's and it's all covered by Medicare.
Wow.
I have no clue how she did this.
Wow.
I believe they call it the Betty Ford Clinic, is it?
No, it's medical rehab. She had a knee replaced.
Okay.
That's great. That sounds great, Bob. When do you expect to get her home?
Oh, they can keep her for 2 weeks. So she's got there Friday. So I'll get her. I'm hoping she's gonna. She's hoping she can stay
Bob
there.
Got a 2-week hall pass.
Bob, are you the wild and crazy bachelor these days?
No, no, I'm the old fart at home taking care of the dog.
No wild parties yet, Bob.
Don't tell anybody, Bob.
I got pretty live this afternoon.
No Las Vegas showgirls around there.
I've had a lot of Las Vegas in my life. Okay, I've lived here since I was 23, and I've experienced everything Las Vegas has to offer, and I'm happy staying at home.
And we'll leave it at that.
but
and anybody want to hear the real stories, give me a call.
go to Bob's paid channel.
All right,
with the adult label in it.
Let's really go squirrel now.
Yes.
Okay, has anybody seen? We're going to go totally squirrel now. Netflix Inventing Anna, the story about
I'm watching it right now.
I'm
watching it right now.
I finished.
I'm on episode 7.
You got 2 more to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing about it is, get this shit, man. Netflix paid her $330,000 for her story.
Wow.
Yeah.
And my wife said, "Well, wait, maybe there'll be a season 2." I said, "Nope. They only paid her for up till the trial."
Oh, she's back inside at the moment because she on visa overstay.
I thought they had already sent her back to Germany.
No, well, I think she might have been deported. I'm not sure, but she was rearrested due to visa overstay.
Yeah. Okay. So, but anyway, if you haven't checked it out, what did I say? Inventing Anna on Netflix. Oh God! And if has anybody seen? Do you watch Peacemaker? Somebody gotta go.
Yes.
Woo.
I'm watching Peacemaker right now. That's the final episode tonight in the US. So in about an hour or so, it'll probably be on HBO.
Did you see it last week?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
God! When he blew away his dad, man.
Yeah,
I know. God, man. I was like, oh God. My wife's like, what's going on, Bill? What's going on? I was like,
Not that
he blew away his dad, man.
Not that he didn't kind of deserve it.
No, yeah. I mean, I get that, but the way he worked his dad.
I don't have access to my HBO here. I can't access my HBO until I get home. So it's
no VPN there.
Have you been watching? Did we just ruin the
doesn't
season?
work with the VPN, but my Disney Plus and my Netflix works here, which of course is fine. Sometimes Disney Plus doesn't work in certain countries because they don't have it, but actually Disney Plus works here. But there's a lot of Taiwanese stuff on here. There's a lot of Chinese stuff. And there's a lot of stuff that is not on Disney Plus where I am in Europe, for example. There's a lot of stuff not here, which is kind of annoying.
You did get to see the last episode of Book of Mandalorian, right?
The Book of Mandalorian. Yes. That wasn't a slip up either, Bill.
No, it wasn't. It was completely planned. Folks, let me let Ron get out here. He's got to take off. Ron, can you hear me?
I'm come right back. I'm trying to log in. I just update on the computer.
All right.
Excuse me, folks. I got to run. Thanks for everybody that joined us in the chat tonight. Great show tonight. Great panel tonight. Great discussions. And, I hope we have another $2,600 to spend last week. Thanks for having me on, Bill. And we will see you next Wednesday night. Same time, same bat channel.
Yes, and we'll be meeting some new people next week. Thank you, Ron.
Good night.
Thanks, Ron.
Cheers. See you, Ron.
Bye, Ron.
So let's see what else. We got that one. Oh yeah, the Book of Mandalorian. But I mean, that's the thing about it is, and they admitted that Grogu was a shitty name. Did y'all notice that? Because she's like, "Oh, Grogu, I'm not going to call you that. We'll just figure something else out." So it's like our fans going to send in the new name? Or are we just kidding? We've got till December to figure out his new name.
I have to admit though, that final episode was a bit meh.
Yeah, well, especially when he shows up and he's like, and he just kind of crawls up. And she's there was a lot wrong with that, but we're going to be treading into non-drone territory if we really get into the. No. We're at that point. We're at that.
Well, okay, then there's no way in hell Luke Skywalker of old would have sent Grogu on his own through the galaxy on an X-wing.
Well,
Sorry,
he sent him with R2 though. I would believe that.
No,
R2 was who brought it.
Yeah, but R2's still a tin can. What can he do? He's not exactly, Vader turns up in his big Death Destroyer. What's he going to do?
Oh, well, I just still think that the thing about it was what kind of blew my mind was they threw this Yoda type creature at us. We already know Yoda's kind of gone because this is in between, but they're just basically saying, yeah, we're not going to allow the storyline to go, but so far, and he's just kind of go off.
I know, but Bill, even when you go back, right, Boba goes back to get something. You get a flesh-eating animal, right, that can bash a few things up, or you get your extremely powerful ship with bloody missiles on it to blow stuff up. What does he get?
The thing is, the thing is about Disney right now, or what they're doing, and and the reference of going squirrel, they are literally going squirrel here because they are going like, what I didn't like about this Boba Fett is that, it kind of, it got stupid when they had those bikes and they were all kind of, they were all colourful and bright, and I was like, seriously? And no, not in the desert. No, you're gonna, it's too clean, it's too I get the reference to American Graffiti, but no, it's
But he was.
They should just stop now,
But he was Boba Fett when he kicked Cad Bane's ass.
He's not Boba Fett anymore. He's not Boba Fett anymore.
But when he took down Cad Bane, he was Boba Fett.
Yeah, but even that was a bit lame. And if you know the history,
it was lame. It was lame. It was very lame.
If you know the history of Cad Bane would not have been taken down like that. Boba Fett was more Boba Fett in season 2 of Mandalorian than he was in all of it.
I agree, and also with, I mean, when you watch the original Star Wars, it is like a Western in space, but without being a Western. It wasn't obvious, but it became too obvious that it was a Western, and it was like it's kind of insulting to you it's kind of treating you like an idiot. It is a Western, but you don't have to say it's a Western. I think that the references are just becoming way too obvious, and they're just trying to pander to, I don't know.
I think it was a mistake to make. I think it was a mistake to make Boba Fett. It was just something to tease us with, because they weren't quite ready with the season 2 of Mandalorian, I guess, is what I'm feeling from it. But and they announced too that there's a new Star Trek coming out with the crew that they've got now. They're going to make a 4th film.
Oh, Star Trek 4.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, there is. Yes.
But we have to now kind of worry about the new series of Obi-Wan when that comes out. How is that going to be? Is that going to be shockingly bad, or it has to be good, or Disney are going to lose a hell of a lot of subscribers?
What about Lord of the Rings? That looks friggin' awesome. I thought it looked good.
I don't think so. I think it looks pretty bad.
They're going to beat it. That's a dead horse. They're going to beat to death.
I think
Peter Jackson's not involved.
Without going right, first off, dwarf, female, no beard.
Yeah.
War Gladriel, don't even get me started. If you know, I mean, Lord of the Rings. I mean, I was brought up on Lord of the Rings. My parents, especially my mum, massive fantasy nut. The first book she ever read to us was a Terry Pratchett book. And this Amazon Lord of the Rings series, they are basing their entire $1 billion series on 20 pages of writing. And the first thing you see is a non-bearded dwarf. I could go further, but this is probably not the platform for it. But it looks like a bunch of political nonsense. So,
I think they're pandering. I think they're trying to put out the message there. They're trying to put out the message, which is completely against what Lord of the Rings is all about. It goes not what Lord of the Rings is all about, but when you look at what Lord of the Rings is and how it's based, and the kind of let's say the society, strong men, in a sense, I have to say weak women. I mean, when you look at, when you watch Return of the King and you see how, the women are there and how that they do fight, and then we're getting a prequel where they're really, it doesn't match. It's just, no, I'm sorry.
I hate to say this. I think the first episode will probably be one of the most watched things on streaming. But don't look at the ratings for the first episode. Look at the ratings for the next couple, because it's going to do that.
It's going to go down. Yeah, I think it'll be a massive failure, unfortunately.
Yeah.
What? Oh, that's crazy. The actors have to show their vaccine cards to get into the buildings.
Oh yeah, that's phenomenal.
Excuse me. They're starting to lax that stuff over here. They're starting to say you don't have to show the card. You don't have to.
They're laxing that stuff, but not in Hollywood. They're not. Don't forget that Hollywood is the pinnacle of certain ideology, should we say? All
right. Yeah. I got to give my daughter a shower. We're at that time of the evening. So I will run around the room, let the gentlemen say their good evenings and what they may have upcoming on their channels or videos or whatever they want to speak about. And I will begin first with Stephen.
Thank you, everyone. Good to see you all again. I'll be here for the next 2 weeks or so, or actually I'll be home on the 1st of March. So I'll be here next week at least anyway. Tried to get some content. I'm just too busy to get any content, but there's some nice cool stuff coming out about what we're doing. Again, some nice promo videos, so I'll post them on the Facebook group when it comes out, hopefully in the next day or two.
Super
Thank
cool.
you.
Bob.
Cheers.
Oh, hi. Well, thanks everybody. Sorry I was late here. I was at the rehab center with my wife. She just posted some pictures of this rehab center. Go look at this. It's unbelievable what this place looks like. Okay, so it's on my Facebook page. So anyway, thank you all. It's been a long, great day, and I really appreciate having fun with you guys every week.
And the returning Brian.
It's weird. My screen here goes blank. It happened in Bob's too. I can't see me, so that I got.
We can see you.
I got to talk to this. So yeah,
We can see.
What's going on? I don't know. Day by day. I'm just glad to get my computer back. If anybody didn't know, I had a power surge here. Took out my oven, my computer, a TV, $7,000 worth of stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, that was a nice recovery to come back from. But no, I've got a bunch of stuff lined up for videos and stuff, and I'll be doing hopefully a couple tutorials soon, and I might even try to get on a live stream next Friday.
Awesome.
See how that goes. But other than that, that's about it. And Bill, thanks for having me on again, buddy.
And over to Keith.
Thanks for having me on, Bill. It's been great fun as always, and especially geeking out at the end there. I actually do have a couple of videos coming out on my channel. I'm stripped out the FPV sort of Airwolf thing that I did, so that will be there today at some point. And then I've got a blog coming out because my wife booked a caravan in the middle of the jungle, which was interesting, and it was a British caravan at that, so it made it even more interesting. Something special, she said. Yeah, so there's that coming out as well. So thanks for having me on, and it's been a lot of fun.
And I thank you, each and every one of you all, for being on here, and each and every one of you all in the chat. And like I said, please come back and join us next week, because we're going to say, who do you fly with? We're going to look at the safety points of view, what it's like hanging out with friends and flying with friends. Kind of like, I may even reach out and see if, I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to make that special and see if I can get a surprise guest for next week. But in the meantime, please get out there and fly, and always be safe. Live long and prosper. We'll see you next week.